Very good morning to one and all. Today we are with a new chapter in the basic electrical engineering subject titled as domestic wiring. Okay, under this chapter we are supposed to understand what is the meaning of service mains wiring, meter board wiring, distribution board wiring. Then a brief discussion on concealed conduit wiring inside a house, two-way and three-way control of lamp, fuse and miniature circuit breakers concept and what are the advantages and concern comparison about them. What is the meaning of electric shock? How to take precautions? How to be safe from them? Then what is electrical earthing? Pipe earthing and plate earthing are the two methods we need to discuss in this chapter. This is a small portion of the module 3B in fact. Okay. In line with this, let us begin what is service mains. To start with this, let us see, we all have seen how is this power system. Generation of electricity takes place at the center of resources. Whichever the kind of resource available, from there generation of electricity takes place, transmission and distribution occur so that we are able to receive the power at our doors or at our premises. Once we receive the power, the reception point is our discussion. You look to the point in the image number 1 in the right, left top corner, the last pole and the house. The domestic wiring begin with the input delivery of power to the house. So how is this power drawn from the supplier pole to the house is the discussion we are going to begin. Okay. Then look to the right hand top corner. There is a close image. There is electric distribution company pole and conductors are running. From there, a cable or a overhead cable is drawn to the premises. So this is another way of looking into. Then in the left and lower part, you can see three images are there. Leftmost, from the electric pole, we have supporting poles and the cables are running till the house. Similarly, the second one, third one. Just see. I wanted to show you how is that premise get connected to distribution company electric service. So that's what is called service mains I would like to discuss. Let us take a service mains. What is the service mains again? The service mains is just like this way. You can just see. Correct? Now I have brought a very close view to you. Domestic wiring is providing electrical connections, wiring, proper switchgear to operate to make the equipment function appropriately. That is the main definition of domestic wiring. To make the equipment to function properly, appropriately for the intention or intended duty, we need to provide electrical power input to that. That electrical input to the gadgets inside the house, it may be a television, it may be a kitchenware, it may be an utility, it may be a geyser, refrigerator, like that. For that to perform its intended duty, one need to do wiring. So provide a plug and socket, switch and protection, then the device will function normally. So that kind of provision of electrical end connection, safety and operation of that equipment in a healthy environment to enjoy the comfort and its benefits, we need to do wiring. That wiring we call as domestic wiring. To do the domestic wiring, we require power to come. So where do we get the power? So we receive the power from distribution company. Namely, in our region, Hubli Electric Supply Company HESCOM is a distribution agency. So they will provide electrical power supply connections to individual domestic house, corporate, industry and other concern. So therefore, for the house to get electrical connection, we need to draw the power from the distribution company pole till our house. That we call as service mains. Whatever the wiring we do inside the house to illuminate, to make a fan to function, to make the refrigerator to run, to make the geyser to perform, all the end connection which we do inside the house, maybe overhead wiring, concealed inside the wall, we call it a concealed wiring. Whatever the kind of wiring we do, that is called domestic wiring. To make the wiring function properly for the intended duty or equipment to get function, we require power. To get the power to the premises, we have to take the connection from the distribution company service poles. That is what I am going to call it as service mains wiring. Service mains wiring is the drawing up of cables from the distribution company electric pole to the house meter box. We call it as energy meter junction box. Every electrical house is equipped with 1 meter box, which we call as energy meter box. From that energy meter, all the internal connections, connection to the internal part of the house, maybe ground floor, first floor, backyard, left yard, front yard, garage, whatever the kind of electrical provisions you might have provided, those will get branched, bifurcated into different circuits from the meter board and distribution board. So from there, entire electrical wiring of the house can be viewed. Then it can be again branched into the part. So to function for all the electrical equipment which you have installed, we require power. So that end connection, inputting power takes place through energy meter. So energy meter is an equipment which is installed in the meter box, which account the consumption of power over a period of time. That is called power into time is the energy. So that energy bill we need to pay to the authority. In that way, the first electrical contact of the distribution company with the house takes place through the meter board only. It means to say service mains wiring land at the meter box only. From the distribution company pole, one line and one neutral, because I am speaking about single phase supply. One line and one neutral cables are tapped and with the help of a messenger wire. So you can see a guy wire here. So GI wire tied to the pole and to the premises the corner with a projection. A messenger wire is tied. To that messenger wire, these two cables, line and neutral, were hanged with the help of insulating clips, which will be providing safety to the cable, and that cable from the line come and land into the meter box. So there will be a meter box. Inside that we will be having energy meter that will come and connect to the energy meter. So you are taking power supply from the distribution company to make your house illuminated. Use all the electrical gadget inside the house effectively for their intended duty or for our comfort. So how you got the power? By overhead service mains. Service mains means providing electrical need and necessity of the premises through the main conducting cable from the electric pole. This we call as overhead service mains. So this is not there in the urban areas where we have modernization taken up. This is almost taken out. Only in the villages, only in the semi-urban, we find overhead service mains, because it is the cheapest way of connecting the supply system with the domestic premises very easily. Just run a wire from electric pole till your house, draw the overhead conductor with the supporting insulating clamps or clips, and make the end connection to the meter board. Provided from the meter board, your ground floor wiring, interior room, all the wiring is being done advance. Only you are just inputting the power connection to the meter board. That part of the wiring, drawing the power from the supply company electric pole till your meter box. this mode of taking the power is by overhead conductor. Conductor is visible to you by bare eyes, and that is tangible for mechanical intervention. So this is the cheapest way of drawing the supply from the supplier board, which oftenly require replacement on the due course of span of time, like this way. This is the easiest way. This is called overhead service mains. The same thing in the city or modern living periphery, we have underground service mains. The conducting material which are seen, one line and one neutral taken from the electric pole till the premises. This is visible to you. In the underground mode of service mains, it won't be there. That you can see in my next slide is there. From the electric pole, what will be done? These conductors are taken all along the GI pipe, galvanized iron tube, and a underground trench is cut. You will be having a small cut slot, a trench we call as, through along the road or across the road, such that from the pole that will reach to your meter box, and you will open the conductor only at the meter box. So what is being done? The conducting material, which the two cables I have here, line and neutral, is taken into the galvanized iron tube, and it is taken buried into the trench. With the help of sand and brick lining, it is protected from mechanical injuries, so that the cable is always inside the ground and it is open to the meter box at the inlet. So this way, the power connection, first electrical contact with the premises takes place via the service mains provision through underground mode of input. This we call as underground service mains. The advantage of this is the conducting material which are used should be a good class, which will not be tangible, which is always safe, and may require a replacement if there is an high electric stress on this conductor, burst, any puncture, any rapid excavation, or any digging of a road expansion, something like that. Only on such situation, conductor may get damaged, only during which we need to take. Otherwise, this becomes a very good practice that the cables are buried inside the trench with the help of sand and protection. It is protected and opened up. This is called underground service main. You may have a good interaction in the examination also. What do you mean by service mains? How service mains are classified? Or what is overhead service mains? What is underground service mains? Compare. Then you need to see to it that how overhead service mains is cheaper, easier. This is a temporary wiring, like you can see at fest or any circus or some exhibition is going on in a ground. So such kind of temporary wiring from the supply can be taken to the premises and do, or in the only in a village or to be modernized, you find such kind of wiring. In case of city, which is already structured, which is already planned, township and all such connections were done so that it will be looking neat, tidy and structured. So in that way, it is a costly mechanism, no doubt, but it is permanent solution. Compared to the earlier one, this is a very good solution for service provision. Hence, we call it as a modern structure, good way of laying the conductor, and only on certain critical damages or issues, we need to replace the cable. That will call for additional investment. But it looks very sophisticated way of drawing the power from the distribution company to the premises. Okay, this we need to concentrate. Then we have next, once it comes and land at the meter box, let's see another switching I'll do here. So what I will do, I just switch to another PPT. I'll show you the slide where I have the meter board, energy meter, which I would like to show you. So this is how I would like to show you the next one. Here I have, yes, just see this slide. Just a moment. Yes. So what is shown over here, once the electric pole of a distribution company is considered, from there conductors are taken to the premises. Then inside the premises, how it is being done? So once the conductor are taken either by overhead or by underground, they enter to the premises. You can see this diagram. Once a line and a neutral enter the premises, you can see distribution board. You can see meter board. So I can show you this right sided diagram at the corner. We just focus. Neutral and phase. Two lines are taken and they come and land on the meter. This is a representation of energy meter. So this energy meter is the one which records the consumption of power by the domestic premise. So first contact of distribution company land on the meter box only. Once the meter acknowledge, outlet of this meter goes to the distribution. So this need to be branched into several circuits. Circuit ground floor, circuit first floor, or maybe kitchen, maybe the utility, like that. The branching should occur because we will be receiving one line and one neutral as a main input to the house. There are so many branchings, so that is to be done. After the meter, branching takes place in the distribution board. Now my intention is to say what is meter board. I wanted to highlight. Meter board is the termination where energy meter is fixed in that. To the energy meter, we get input from the distribution company service. This service may be overhead or underground. These cable come and get connected to the energy meter. This connection is protected. This shall not be tampered. So the first electrical contact of the distribution company come and land exactly on the meter board. So it is sealed. This is sealed and it is protected. From the meter, it is in series. I can say meter is in series. Just keep track of what you consume. So output of the meter, the cables running out of the meter now need to be branched into several circuits. Circuit may be one line, one neutral. You can see one solid line, one dotted line. Dotted line, if you see a neutral, solid line is a line. Through a switch, isolation switch, open or close, that will make number of solid lines, which is called line 1, line 2, line 3. Again a neutral dotted line, number of neutrals. So one neutral, one dotted straight line gathered together. That you can see here. The similar things I have shown here by color here. Instead of using a fuses, there are fuses inside this. The triangular like symbol is shown as a protection fuse. Nowadays, fuses are not used. Instead of fuse, miniature circuit breakers are used. Then what the two lines, one line, one neutral, shown by color here. Red is a line, black is a neutral. So red become multiple red. One here, tap one, next one, second circuit, third circuit, fourth circuit. Like this way, one line which is incoming from the distribution company wiring made into multiple line via the protection of miniature circuit breaker. Similarly, neutral is made as multiple tapping. You can see multiple red dots are available here. So one red, one black, one combination for the ground floor. One another red, another black for the first floor. Another red, another black for the utility garage. Like that, I can divide the circuit. So all the circuits are in parallel to each other. The advantage of parallel circuit is what? If one circuit is affected by some fault, other become normal, they are functioning. If it is series, any one of the element get obstructed, all the circuit get affected. In that way, branching should take place. So what I was defining, meter board. Meter board is the board on which energy meter is installed. That meter get a connection from the distribution company and its end connections are taken to distribution board. Distribution board is neighbor, side by side they are mounted with a wooden board. That's all. They are not far away from each other. They are inside a 2 by 2 feet box. In that only, one side we have a meter, another side we will be having distribution concept. So this distribution is not a great work. Whatever the one line I have made it into multiple line. One neutral, whatever I got, tap into multiple neutral. You can imagine this MCB concept can be there just beside here. Then if you look the circuit look like this way, beside left at the top left side corner. So from this image I have taken one line, one dotted line. You can see this may be circuit number 1. I have shown some round bulb like symbol, switch like symbol. So second circuit, another fuse, another circuit, another neutral. So number of circuits are shown to you. So this is called distribution board wiring. So what I was speaking, service means after that meter board wiring. Meter board wiring is what? Installation of energy meter and connection of that by supply provider input, and output of a meter goes to distribution. That's all. Then distribution board wiring is what? Branching number of lines, number of neutral for service provision inside the house. That is done through fuse as a protection device or miniature circuit breaker as a protection device. In the olden days, number of fuse boxes were used, but in the present trend, fuses have been obsolete. So they are not being used because of their replacement cumbersome nature. The miniature circuit breakers are replacing it, but they are costlier, but they are very sophisticated. They protect on a minor instant of fault also, and they are reusable. Hence, MCB, miniature circuit breakers, are used in the circuit. So this is what I wanted to convey. So I'll come back to this slide again. So it means I was here. Once the meter board and distribution board comes to your mind, you can just see here. So incoming conductor, cut out a neutral link, energy meter, main switch, fuse, distribution board, and make it to branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4, like that. So what all the things come here? It comes with the power supply provider service line is connected to the consumer internal wiring through different stages. ESCOM's connections are directly not connected to my kitchen, not connected to my utility. They are terminated at the meter box. That is called energy meter. They will connect to the energy meter. That's all. From the energy meter and inner to my house, it is my domestic wiring. It is my comfort. Whatever the gadgets I have, to them I have to power effectively. Therefore, energy meter wiring is providing connection from the supplier board to the energy meter. From the energy meter, I will take it to main switchboard or distribution. These can be common also. From here, 2 wires, 1 line, 1 neutral. What I get is branched into several lines and several neutral to provide connection to all my first floor, second floor, front part of the house, garage, or any back house, switchyard, like that. I can do it. So it may be used for application of bulbs, fan, tubes, or any other utilities like kitchenware, or in the laboratory or bathrooms, whatever the kind of electrical equipments you have installed. For them, I have to provide connections with the safety, main switch, protection as a circuit breaker, or fuse to protect any malfunctioning or a shock from that particular device. So that is how main meter board wiring, distribution board wiring provide end connection to the premises. Then moving to the another magnified view, that how a wiring looks like. You can see here, this diagram is clear to you. So once the energy meter, a rectangle box is shown to you, to this energy meter, I get power supply from ESCOM, phase neutral. So I'll be having fuse protection. So this fuse protection make a connection to the energy meter and it is protected. We are not supposed to tamper this. So supply from the distribution company come and land, and output of this is again taken as a protection, because inside, suppose I want to make some repair, maintenance, like that. I want to electrically isolate the house. How can I do it? ESCOM is already connected it and left. We have to make ourselves protected. There is a provision to make isolation. This switch is opened means both the contact phase, contact neutral gets opened. so that any interconnection, any repair can be safely done by the electrician. For that, this double pole switch is provided. From this, you will see here, there is an circuit breaker, which is called earth leakage circuit breaker, ELCB, earth leakage circuit breaker. From this, you will find here one line becoming multiple, can you see here, multiple, with the help of MCB1, MCB2, MCB3, MCB4, like that division. Again a neutral, neutral, again having a branch, a common line is drawn from that one neutral with the one MCB, another neutral with the another MCB. Like that, circuit is done. One pair, one neutral, one line is paired as circuit 1, circuit 2, like that. So this is called distribution board wiring. So you may have a question on what is mains board wiring, what is distribution board wiring. Such rough sketches need to be taken. Next, once you see a premises inside the junction, it is about the distribution or energy meters junction box. So it will be closed, so that the plug, the socket, everything will be connected like this. So this will not discuss much about this. We will directly go to, suppose your house get connected to distribution company supply provisions. Definitely, how do you choose domestic wiring methods? How do you take inside your house wiring practices? We have some parameters. For that, our syllabus permits us to study 2-point control of a lamp, 3-point control of a lamp, like that. Before going to this, let us make some more eccentric thinking how electrical wiring is chosen. It is called factors accounted during choice of wiring system. Preferably you are building a new house. How do you choose a kind of fitting electrical? What kind of wiring I want? How long it will be there? And how it can be expanded in the future? What is the cost of investment of electrical wiring? Any maintenance cost? All these concerned factor play. That is called factor accounted during choice of wiring system. Now I am concentrating on house, a premises. Inside the premises, how do you do wiring? What are all the parameters you consider before you select a method of wiring? Therefore, the choice goes with the first factor, safety. Electrical wiring which I am constructing the house, where I want to connect electrical gadgets into my usage, it should be safe. Whoever is using the person living in that house at the end should feel comfort, electrical safety. Equipment should not get any shock or damage. That what? I should use proper class of equipment, proper class of wiring. Safety is my first choice. Then mechanical protection. So those equipments, wiring, which I practice when I'm constructing a house, and when I complete the house, complete finishing is done, I'm opening the house, I'm getting into the living paradigm, then I'll be using that facility or comfort in my life. So that mechanical protection, that component should not fail immediately. During the switching on, it should not break and damage automatically. It should have a life. Switch, when I want to turn a bulb, when I press with a thumb or button, it should not be damaged immediately. The moment I hit, it should not go inside. It should have a mechanical protection. By any chance, anything is tangible, it should not immediately get damaged. So I should think of where to mount a switch, where to locate a switch, what kind of switch, what kind of protection. All these mechanical protection I should see. And the conductor which I'm used to end connection, bulb and switches, fan and switches, then plug and socket. How do I do wiring inside? Inside the wall, concealed, or outside the wall using a tubular conducting PVC tubes or GI tube. So how I should do it? So it's mechanically safe or not? That I should think here. Then permanency. How long this wiring should remain in this house? So that's called permanency. Is a temporary I am doing. It may be a fest, it may be a amusement, or maybe a circus, something like that. It's temporary. I should not do a permanent wiring over there, because that will last for a month or 2 months, that's all. For that, I should not invest money to make it permanent. Make it temporary and safe. In that way, permanency is a factor one should look. Because I'm building a house, it should last long. So therefore, I should invest money so that it should remain good in its endeavors and appearance. How do your wiring should appear? Once you have built a house, your wiring should not look so ugly. People who come and visit your house should express what a kind of house you have built. So worst wiring you have done. It's not looking nice. They should not express. It should look neat, decent, and appealing for the pleasure. Like that, your fittings of bulbs and architecting inside, the lighting and gadgets, kind of appearance, what you do should be so neat, decent. Then you must input concerned apparatus, etc. Then durability. How long it should run? Today I have purchased a fan during my new installation of the house. Over a year of time, it started burning, failed. And electrical geyser I took, installed in my house, wiring got burned. So this should not happen. Durability of the equipment, wiring what I do should be at least for a span of time, it should be there. Then class of material, quality grading, standards which is to be used, I should practice. So therefore, I should be careful about that. Durability, lifespan, permanency, protection, safety, appearance, and accessibility. Today I have built a house. An electrician who has constructed electrical wiring inside has gone out of the place and some problem has come in the electrical wiring. Then somebody I will call and confirm. He will come and check. He's not able to trace the wiring. Then how do you repair it? Again, he will cut the wall. He will make a temporary wiring. That will look very ugly. So accessibility for the repair, for the extension, renovation should be there. If it is not planned, it's a waste. Suppose today I am built my house on the ground floor, and tomorrow and next year, another 1 year later, I plan to build my first floor and later. Then how do I get a connection from the ground floor to the upper floor? If there is no proper terminals left for an extension, it becomes difficult for the living there. Therefore, accessibility should be there. Suppose a wiring is burnt, I should replace it. How to replace? In the form natural wiring which is being done should be done. Then what is the total investment I'll be putting into to make my house electrified? That's called initial cost. So that should be a matter. If I build a lakhs together worth house and I'm not able to spend thousands of rupees for my electrical wiring, how do I live over there? Over a period of time, I keep on getting complaints, problems, difficulty of due to electrical worries. So how can I be happy in my house? Therefore, initial cost also matter for my comfort, pleasure, and safety, and all kind of durability. As well, the maintenance cost. It is not simply the initial cost to purchase and fit it and go up. After 10 years of span of living, the components which I have installed may not be available in the market. I have to replace it. The switches or a regulator or a connector which are used in the installation time for the span of 10 years or 15 years. If they are not there in the market, I cannot worry. I cannot blame the designer or the electrician. It is a natural thing. Over a period of time, maintenance cost I have to plan. Or equipments are good enough to work for you, it's well designed itself. If not, maintenance cost is also there. I have to plan. I should not plan something very important gestures. Every component I purchase from USA and I install in my house, mansion I built, and over a year they get damaged. Again, I have to import it. That's a high investment for me. So that should not be there. I should plan all these factors, then I should think of my choice of wiring. Then wiring may be like this. It may be a cleat based wiring. It may be a conduit wiring. It may be a rubber sheath wiring. Like that. There are so many wiring mechanisms are available. It is just to make the cable to be protected with the safety. You should pass the conductor to the tubes into the duct like this or into the wooden frame, wooden batten like this. These are the olden methods available. For us in the syllabus, we have conduit system. So this conduit system, if you want to visualize, I will give a narration. If you are constructing a house, you are trying to make electrician to visit your house, electrical plan is ready. Where is the hall? Where is the kitchen? Where is the junction box for my television, fans, and my electric illumination in the house? decoration, all the points are well planned by the electrician and the designer. And they will make conducting tubes, either it is a GI tube or a PVC tube. Well, you are constructing the house, civil work is going on, part by part, they will make these conduits laid inside the wall, ceiling, ground, and they will close the wall mouth by PVC or polythene bags, so that these conduits provide a path for electrical cables to run from panel switchgear to the end device. So concealed conduit wiring is taken into consideration because all the conductors are inside the wall, inside the ceiling. You will find only at the end of the day, after finishing the civil work of your house, electrician come and start mounting the component. After painting, everything is done. They know where all they have put the tubes or PVC pipes, where to where they need to connect, how the conductor should be pushed in and taken out. They will be knowing with the spring and cable mechanism. They will rush the conductor, they will route it, they will terminate at the junction box, they will fit the fan, they will fit the bulbs, holder, any kind of mechanism you have planned. But you will find all the conductors are not at all visible to you. You will find switch gears to operate, to regulate, and end device you will find at the point of installation. Between those two, there is a cable running. That cable is running inside a conduit like this, which I am showing the left corner bottom. Conduits which will run all around the ceiling and in the wall or on the ground at a very shortest way, so that length of the conductor is saved. In that way, wiring is being done by electrician. That we call as concealed conduit wiring. So concealed conduit wiring is there for your syllabus. How it looks like? It looks very neat because it is a conduit which is embedded inside the wall or a ceiling or the ground, which will have a connection from the switch gear, nothing but a panel where switches are mounted, plugs are provided, regulators are provided. From there to end devices where the fan connection has to go, where is the bulb mounting, holding, ceiling rows or any junction. So cables will run all along the PVC tube till that point. So the PVC tube provide mechanical safety to the cable, and cable will get connected to the end device for their pleasure and connection at the end. This way, concealed conduit wiring is very safer mechanism of domestic wiring, which will at the end of the plastering, painting, everything, you will not find a physical cable visible. It is inside the surface itself. So that is a very sophisticated. In the olden village or when you go back a chance to visit, probably you will not find them. You will find cables running like a wooden caisson. You can see very old traditional house. If you find, you will find wooden batten, a seasoned teakwood seasoned teakwood battens will run all along the house. On that, grooves are made for the conductor and it is polished and put with the cap. It is called wooden batten casing capping, or it may be plastic or PVC casing capping, or it may be open cleats mechanic. Conductor will run, these clamps will grip it on the wall, or it may be surface conduit. These kind of conduits, white, black or colored tubes running all along the ceiling or a wall, openly visible, mounted by systematic gripping of screws or clamps. That is called as open surface conduit. What I am speaking is concealed conduit. Concealed means that mechanism is inside the wall or it is inside the ceiling or ground, which conduits are not at all visible. Only end connection will get at the terminals. That is called concealed conduit. So once we are able to see concealed conduit, the way it is being taken into consideration, next comes to a single point of discussion. How do we control a bulb from two different points? So I say domestic wiring is what? A method or mechanism of providing electrical supply to the devices in a proper manner by incorporating switch gear. Switch gear in the sense protection mechanism, turning on and off by a switch, protecting it to run from overload or regulate it. Like that, switch gears are used to control the equipment. Now, we have one important study over here. Probably this will be doing in the laboratory also. How to control a lamp from two different points. This is also known as staircase lamp wiring. You all are very familiar if you are living in a multi-storied building. When you want to climb up a staircase or climb down the staircase, generally in the dark or in the dull light, mostly we will be put with a lamp which support our staircase activity. So therefore, to turn on or to turn off a lamp, we are provided with the two switches, one at the entry of the staircase, another at the exit of the staircase. It need not be a staircase. Even nowadays, if you find in a room, living room, there may be two switches, one switch which is making turn on, the another side which is used to either turn on or turn off. It's called two-way control of any device. So it is a common practice nowadays. You need not go back and turn off with the same switch. The neighbor switch which is having, you can use it as a two-way switch with a special mounting and connection. So both the switches can be used to control the common element. Likewise, explain two-way control of lamp may be a question. Explain staircase lamp wiring would be a question. For that, a simple sketch should look like this. It incorporates two switches, like name is given as S1 is the one switch, S2 is the another switch, and a bulb I want to turn on and turn off. Using these two, suppose if I operate the switch 1, what will happen? If I operate the switch 2, what will happen? When is that bulb turns on? When is that bulb turns off? This is the logic. I am going to call it as switching table. So you may have a question. Explain two-way control of lamp with a neat sketch and switching table. For that, this is also known as staircase lamp wiring. The drawing is as shown, which incorporate two-way switches. Switches are not ordinary switches. The switches in the regular day-to-day life are having only one side action. You will be having a off and on markings on that or label on that. Probably when you put it down, naturally we have an understanding device will get the power supply, means on. When I put it off, means press the top, it is off in condition. Like that is called single contact. That is having an action only at one side. So these switches S1, S2, which I am trying to show you on the diagram, these are called as two-way switches. They have an action. When they are put up, it has a contact. When it is put down, it has a contact. Therefore, this is called special two-way switch. So by look only we can make out the size of these, a small difference in mounting mechanism, and there must be some identification that this is not an ordinary switch like that. So whatever is that, such two-way switches I require, and I require to connect them in this manner. Imagine I have a staircase. At the staircase entry where I want to climb up, at the wall, at the right side or left side, there must be a wall. Along the wall, I position this switch. And this switch is having a contact with the supply. It comes, it makes the input to the switch. From the switch, whether switch is up pointed or down pointed, hit up or hit down, whatever the contact, it is what it can engage. Similarly, I have at the staircase end, when I climb up completely, again I will provide one more switch. This is called up switch or switch S2. So that is having a connection between switch 1 and switch. We can see switch 1 is having up contact, down contact. Up and down contact are called runner wire or a strap wire. They run all along the staircase wall. They connect to points. And the input what you have taken from the supply board, from this point exit is taken and connected to a lamp holder, and from the lamp another side connected to the neutral, make it closed circuit. How it is being done? A bulb would have been turned on simply. This wire, if I connect directly here, it will turn on. But I want to control this bulb from two different points. One is at the entry of the staircase, another is at the exit of the staircase. By operating these two, anyone if I operate, my bulb condition should operate as I want. Therefore, two wirings must be done in that regard. So therefore, I have to do it as S1, S2, two switches. S1 and S2 are interconnected by runners wire here. Then I have the contact. If switch 1 is up like 1 and this switch is also up like 3, you can see here circuit become closed in contact like this, like this. Can you see here? Like this, goes down and goes and back. So lamp turns on. You can see here, and it is 1 and 1. 1 and 3 means switch is also up. This is also up. Circuit is closed. Bulb turns on. Suppose S1 is down. This is hit down, and this is also already down. So down and down again makes the closed circuit. You can see here. It is in down position. This is also in down position. On. Whenever it is a crisscross like shown in the diagram, switch 1 is up, switch 2 is down. You will see mismatch. Track is mismatch. There is no continuity of power supply to the bulb. So this is called off state of the bulb. You can see 1, 4. Other way also 2, 3. This 2 downward, this is upward. You can see 2, 3 off. Circuit will not make any close contact. This is called a logic of switching on the lamp. Whenever switches S1, S2 are in up position, bulb can be on. Whenever these two switches can be down and down, circuit can be considered with a closed loop and there is a turning on of a lamp. Opposite conditions, one of the switch is up, another is down, or another is up, first is down. So combination is not successful. So how do I do it now? You might be aware, basic electronics you have learned. 2 raised to 2, there are 4 combination. Combination 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like a logic AND gate. High, high, high. High, low, low. Low, low, logic condition valid. And low, high, not like that. I have a switching table. That is not a truth table. You call it as a truth table in digital logic. But here what I will do, I call it as a switching table. When all lamp is switched on, whenever there is a closed circuit. Closed circuit is resulted for a particular position of the switch only. So this 4 combination make the possible observation. You can see here. So 2 of the combination make it successful to turn on. Another 2 will not turn it on. So this one page of write-up guarantee you about 4 marks. Okay. So this is to be explained in this way. Suppose now imagine you are trying to climb up using the staircase. Look at the bulb. Say bulb is off. What you should do? Turn the switch very close to you, whether you are climbing up or climbing down, whatever is your way. But the bulb is off for you. You would like to turn on a bulb. The one which is available to you, either S1 is close to you or S2 is close to you, toggle it. We use the word toggle. Change the position of that. When the bulb is off, any one of the switch which is close to you, you toggle the position. Make it to opposite, automatically bulb lights up. Use the passage, either climb up or climb down. Once you reach your destination, the next switch which is available, opposite number. If you use the 1, 2 is your left off. If you are used 2, 1 is your left off. Toggle that again. To toggle it, bulb is in still on condition and toggling will make it to go off. This is very simple logic. Therefore, this can be used to control the illumination, used to control the device from 2 different points. This is called 2-way control of lamp. Similarly, I have 3-way control of lamp. Is it possible to control a lamp from 3 different points? Yes, it is possible. It is possible to control the lamp from 3 different points. We call it as 3-way control of lamp. This is also known as garden lamp wiring. It is like, imagine a building, a L corner building, where we have in front of L corner, you have a garden. Inside the garden, you have benches, you have a lighting post, lamp, etc. So in the dark or in the evening, you would like to illuminate the garden and you would like to sit down there. And when you want to exit from that, probably you are forgotten to switch off the lamp. then you need not come back to the point to switch it off. You can turn it off from alternate provisions. Likewise, points are given. So when you have a L-shaped building, at the entry of the building, L-shaped left corner, L-shaped right corner, extreme corridors, I can put S1 one side, S2 other side. And another switch called as intermediate switch, which is fixed in the garden post itself, where you are sitting down for sitting in the garden, where we have electric bulb. There is also a one switch, switch 1, switch 2, and intermediate switch. I call them as S1, S2, S3. So these three switches are installed. So how it is being done, I will tell you. So bulb is fixed in the lamp or in the pole, and wiring is such a way done. One contact of the supply goes to the lamp directly. Another supply point comes via switch number 1, which is like your two-way control. Here we have seen S1, S2. So I am using in between this. I will cut this wire, cut this wire. Wire is broken. Insert this intermediate switch. That's all. Once I insert intermediate switch, like S1 was having a contact up or a contact down, two positions, and this two was having a two contact up or down. Now similarly, this intermediate switch is having 2 and 2, 4 contacts. So there are two paths, break and make like. How it is being done? We can see A, B, C, D. Contacts are mentioned on that switch. Here how many switch contacts we had? 3. Common 1, 2. Common 3, 4, like that. Only 3 contacts. But this switch is having special connections. That is called 4 contact. So once a switch is up or down, up means straight, if I imagine. Down means crisscross. A to B connection, C to D connection one time. That's called straight connection. Another is called cross connection. What is the cross connection? Can you see here? Cross means A to D connection, B to C connection, crisscrossing. So this is called cross contact. That is being done by switch S3. So straight mode of connection and cross mode of connection make the operation of S3. How it is up connected, down connected? Same you have straight connected, cross connected. So this is how the three-way control of lamp is done using 2 number of two-way switches and 1 intermediate switch. By this way, 2 raised to 3, 8 combinations I will get. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 combination when S3 is straight connected. Another 4 combination. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross connected I will find. Depending upon the switch S3, straight 4 combinations. In this cross 4 combination. So how I will do? When the switch is in straight position, it is just like this, as if you have straight wires here. S1, S2. These are the 4 combination. 2 conditions are on, 2 condition it is off. You can see here. When the switch is straight connected, up, up, it is on. Yes, because there is a straight connection. Up, up, on, up, down, off, down, you can see, up, off, down, down, on. The same logic. When the switch S3 is straight connected, depending upon S1, S2, when a closed circuit is formed, lamp turns on. Whenever any one of the switch is toggled, operated to the opposite mode, bulbs goes off. You can see here. Suppose 1 and 3, up and up. If I touch this and put down, automatically become 1 and 4. What is 1 and 4? Off. Suppose down and down. It is 2, it is 4. You can see 2, 4 means on. If I hit this back to 1, if I hit this back to 1 or take it back to other side, so it goes to off. So with the intermediate switch in straight mode of operation, by the corner of the building I can operate it, or I can operate the intermediate switch itself. You can just see when the intermediate switch is put cross point, again I have 1, 3, 1 up, 3 up, it becomes disconnect. You can see Supply goes here, 1 comes to A to D it goes and stop at 4. It is up. Up was on. Now this time up will not be on. You can see it. Suppose it was down by chance. You can see up, A to D, down contact. It would have been successful. You can see here. 1, 4 is on. 1, 4 is on because wiring is crisscrossed here by the switch 3. It was not so here. Can you see here? 1, 3 was on. 1, 4 was off earlier when this was straight. When this is made crisscross, successfully it is made on. Opposite switch went on. Exactly. The switch is on here become off, which is off here become on. You can just watch this. 2, 3 on, 1, 3 on. You can see? Mean 1, 3 off, 2, 3 on, 1, 4 on, 2, 4 on. Exactly. So how it is possible? Switch S3, switch S1, switch S2, and lamp status. If I make them in the tabular column, I am able to write 4 combination over here, 4 combination over here. This you will learn in laboratory. Practically you will be doing it. Okay. Meantime, let us remember how to control a lamp from 3 point. Any of the 3, either you touch the building corner left, building corner right, or in the garden, if you operate the switches, condition of the lamp can be controlled. Imagine you are in the garden, lamp is on, you forgot to switch off, you went from the garden. At the end of the building, when you come, you turn back, yeah, garden lamp is on, I should turn off. No need to go to garden again. Extreme left or right corner of the building, you have S1, S2, you touch this or you touch this, whichever is close to you, automatically lamp will go to off. If it is off by chance, you want to get into the garden. Before getting into the garden, one of the lamp switches you toggle, lamp turns on. If we can get into the garden. This way, the garden lamp wiring or control of any electrical equipment from 3 points is possible by use of two-way switches, one intermediate switch, and a proper connection between them. Making the intermediate switch observed as a straight and cross, I can manage S1, S2 and generate 8 combinations. 2 raised to 3 works 8 combination. So out of the total 8, when it is a straight, 2 of the combination make successful. When it is a crisscross, opposite 2 condition make a successful. Overall, out of the 8 combination, 4 combinations are making successful turn on and other 4 turn off. This is about 2-way and 3-way control of lamps. Then coming to the next small discussion. What is a fuse? Fuse is a short wire, a wire which is inserted in the electric circuit to protect the electrical circuit from high rush of current. Fuse is a protective device which oftenly get burned using the Joule effect I square RT. Whenever current flowing through this particular material, silver or alloy of that, certain current I square RT for a certain seconds of time, when the resistance of that fuse material and current flowing through that make I square RT effect, it will heat it up, it will melt and it will break the circuit. So that way, fuse is a weakest link in the electric circuit, which is used to protect the circuit from high inrush of current, and fuse it itself get melt. It will break the circuit whenever current flowing through that element exceeds the rated current of that wire. You can see a 2 ampere if I mention on the label here. It would allow you 2 ampere to rush all along this safely. Any current just crossing the 2 ampere will definitely make heating effect of this wire to melt and break the circuit. So fuse is often used in many of the electric circuits. There are variety of fuses are available. I just show you some symbolic representation of the fuses. Here I have in this. So fuses I have here. Here, so many fuses I have here labeled as glass fuse, cartridge fuse, You can see mechanically operated, high rupturing, high burst capacity. All these varieties are available depending upon the ability that they can. You can just see this element here. So there is a single phase electric circuit, mains switch, 15 ampere fuse. You can see the sign like symbol here, sinusoidal like symbol, yes like symbol is shown here. This is the representation of fuse. So fuse of 15 ampere is installed. This circuit is provided maximum of how much ampere? 15. Any current drawn by this element crosses the 15 ampere, this will blast or rupture. To protect the circuit, this is called safety device. And internally I have circuit number 1, circuit number 2, different loads are, pump load is there, light load is there, heating load is there. They have some ampere fuse here, 5, 5, 5, etc. If this pump is drawing more than 5 ampere due to internal failure, jam, mechanical stress on that, automatically it consumes more current. Then more than 5 ampere, this fuse will break. Suppose there is a lighting in the bulb holder, water has entered. Directly a short circuit has occurred between the holder terminals. So this 5 ampere fuse will break. There is a heating element, iron box or an oven, anything is there. If there is a defectiveness in that, if it starts absorbing more than rated current, this fuse would break it. In this way, this fuse is a protective mechanism. Similarly, you can see a element here. There is a short circuit of any element. How this fuse has shown as a broken. Like this, we need to see fuse is a safety measure, or it is a weakest link in the electric circuit which is installed to protect the high inrush of current and to provide safety for the equipment like that. One important aspect of this is fusing factor. It is a ratio of fusing current to the rated current. Now I should say, what is the fusing factor? It is the ratio of fusing current to the rated current. Now you need to know what is rated current. It is the current that is allowed by the fuse to go safely. All along this operation, fuse will not destruct your circuit whenever a certain labeled current is flowing. Fusing current is just a incremental small additional current than the rated current. When that current rush to this, automatically element become fused, melted. That will open the circuit. So therefore, fusing current is more than rated current. Then it is called any 2 ampere. 2 ampere and additional minor ampere is set as a permission allowance. That value of current, suppose run to the wire automatically I square RT will make it to burn. In that way, fusing current to the rated current give you a fusing factor. Definitely is 1 plus. When you say if it is a 1 ampere, it must be more than 1 ampere. So therefore, in that regard, it must be a value 1 and more than 1. If it is 1 means both must be same. So fusing current is more than rated current, 1.1 divided by 1. In that way, you can think what is the fusing factor like that. So fuse is a safety precautionary mechanism. But the only difficulty of this is it's a cheap. It need to be replaced. That's the cumbersome nature. So you cannot simply keep itself even though it is blown or ruptured. I can use the electric circuit. No, circuit will not function. So replacement is mandate. So this is the cumbersome, and substitute for that is miniature